What is up, guys? MrBayeasy here, and today we're doing some more Crusaders of Lost Idols. So really quick, I want to touch on the very first thing that we have been having troubles with, which is the codes. Now, I did send out the codes last night into the following morning, and a lot of people still said they were having trouble with the codes. So what we're going to do is we are going to go back to the old system, and because of the fact that for some reason people aren't getting these codes, and I really wish YouTube wasn't doing this or delaying or whatever they're doing to stop like my messages from being seen, whether you guys aren't seeing it or whether or not you're not looking in the right place or whatever it is. I guess it's more complicated than I thought it was going to be originally. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and additively add up the codes from episode 49 all the way to episode 52 is what I believe it's on now, or this is 53, I think. But either way, so 49 was 2 codes, okay. 50 was 1, so that's 3. 51 was 1, so that's 4, and then 52 was 1, so that's 5. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give away the 5 codes that each person is deserved. You gotta drop a comment down below, including your email address, and I'll send it to your email. Now, I will basically, in this new giveaway thing, it's basically the old giveaway, and all you got to do in every video is a new opportunity to enter. You drop a comment down below, so you might as well do it right now, because you know that way you know, you get entered for this episode. But drop a comment down below saying I want to enter the giveaway. That's all you have to do. Just put it somewhere in your comment along with whatever else you want to write, I guess in this case including your email, and that's how it's going to be. Now, I'm going to be sending it out through whatever is convenient for the people that win, because it's only going to be 5 people, so I can definitely be a little bit more flexible with how I send the codes out. So if you want it sent through email, that's fine. If you want it sent through your Twitter DMs, that's fine. If you want it sent through your YouTube private message system, that's fine. I feel like the emails might be a bit better, because I think nowadays, or I guess in this particular situation, that seems to be what would definitely work. Again, I did send those codes out, so unfortunately those codes are lingering out there somewhere, and who knows, maybe one day you'll see them pop up in your inbox. Maybe one day, if you had trouble finding them, you'll find them by chance and you'll have some extra codes waiting around for you. But those codes did get sent, and people just aren't receiving them and or are not looking in the right spot. I just don't know what's going on. So to rectify the whole thing, we're going to go ahead and send the multitude of codes out through email in one, I'm just going to send one email with 5 codes to every single person, and then from there on, we're going to continue forward with the regular old school giveaway, where I'm going to do it every single video, and I'll be sending them out through email, Twitter, whatever you want, okay? I feel like email probably is the best way to do it, and I'm more able to do that with the new way, that, you know, with this way, because it's a lot less people. If it was like every single person, it would take forever. It already takes a long time to send them through the YouTube comments, but having to copy and paste emails into my email and compose a new one and everything, it sounds simple, but if you add it up over time, each and every person, it actually ends up being a significant amount longer than, you know, me just sending the comments through YouTube. I know, because the very first time I did a giveaway like this, when we first won these massive amount of codes, was I let people do it through Twitter, I let people do it through email, I let people do it through YouTube private message system, I let people do it through Steam, and it was just crazy. I mean, first of all, I couldn't do it through Steam. People didn't have their Twitter DMs on, so it really only ended up being YouTube message system or email was the only one that ended up working. So that was really hectic, and that's essentially how it's going to work from now on. But 5 people each time is much more manageable. So I'm on this one here, and I'm going to try to get through these 2. You do have to go pretty far, so what I might end up doing, just for the sake of chests, I might go to just free play and just grind that. The only problem is if I do, you know, attempt these, or if I don't attempt these, that means that when tier 3 rolls around, I won't actually have any, you know, I'll have to do them, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully by then I have more idols and it's a bit easier for me, and things aren't as bad. So, because this, I think, will definitely take me a bit. I haven't even reached 500 yet, I don't believe, you know, and several different supervillains with ingenious debuffs attack your formation. That doesn't sound too bad. And then 3 sidekicks take up a slot in your formation. 1 sidekick reduces adjacent Crusader's DPS by 50%. 1 sidekick reduces gold found by 10% per adjacent Crusader. 1 sidekick blocks the formation abilities of adjacent Crusaders. So it doesn't sound too difficult, but you know, we'll see. I might do this one and then save the 500 for another time. It just all depends on what I feel like doing. So today we're going to look at the abilities. I already bought them. I stayed on this thing particularly because because I wanted to see what they do. So we're going to start with Arachnobuddy and look at his like abilities and see whether he's good or not. You know what I'm saying? So let's look at that. Skitter, running on all 4 8s. What the heck? Increases the base DPS of Arachnobuddy by 100%. Web Blast. Don't forget to make the cool hand shape. Every 3 seconds, Arachnobuddy fires at a random Crusader for 200% DPS, stunning it for 1 second. Has a 5% chance to critically hit for 2% damage, or 2 times damage. So that sounds pretty cool. I'm kind of confused whether it's 200% of his DPS or 200% of the total squad DPS, because that would be really good. You know what I'm saying? It's every 3 seconds. That's actually pretty awesome. I don't think he has any ability that actually doubles people's, stuff like, Lumberjack did or anybody else. You know what I'm saying? I don't really think that was the case. So that's unfortunate, because he would be really good to have. So increases the base DPS of Arachnobuddy by 150%. Gives Web Blast a 5% chance to do a critical hit for 2 times damage. For every 25 levels and over. Okay, so that's basically the standard one. Then firing from both hands reduces the cooldown of Web Blast by 40%. So I believe that brings, if I'm correct, it brings it down to about 1.6. That's a really rough estimate. Again, I'm terrible at math, but I'm thinking, because if it was 50%, it would be 1.5. So I'm saying 1.6, 1.65, something like that, maybe, as a rough estimate. So that would be pretty good. I mean, that's every 1 point something seconds. Let's just say 1.5 for ease of use. 200% of DPS. Again, it would only really be good if it was 200% DPS of everyone, like everybody in the formation. That would be really good. But if it's 200% of DPS of him, that's not that great. You know what I'm saying? It's not that great. I'm going to get more damage per second from my main DPSer. And then the last one is Sticky Webbing. Gross. Stick them up, literally. Causes monsters hit by Web Blast to be stunned for 1 second, which is actually nice. Especially when you combine that initial ability where it's every 1.5 or so seconds. You know what I'm saying? That's actually pretty darn good. I think that's definitely a nice little change of pace for this slot Crusader, where the majority, Jim the Lumberjack, Veronica the Android Archer, all of them kind of boosted other Crusaders and helped with their abilities. But this is kind of a nice change of pace, and we'll see what kind of gear we get from him, because that could end up being a lot better. I could already see his legendary gear being insane. All right, so powering up. Activate fast USB charging. Increases the base DPS of Foresight by 100%. Full potential. I can feel the power coursing through my veins. Gross. Increase the base DPS of Foresight by 150. Playing favorites. Computing adjacent Crusaders. Heals all human or non-human Crusaders for 20% of their max health every second, depending on which there are more of adjacent to Foresight. So whether you have, it doesn't heal both. It's either or. And then based on what I'm understanding here, whichever there's more of, that's the version they heal. So that's cool, because that means she heals everything. But you have to be pretty particular about who you put around her. So global influence. My all-seeing vision roams the earth. Creepy. Increases the DPS of all Crusaders by 20%. Hindsight, calling upon all saved experiences in my memory banks. That's the standard one for every 25 levels. Gender bias, great. Computing optimal formation. Increases the healing effect of players of playing favorites, which was that one, okay. By 50% on either male or female Crusaders, depending on which there are more of adjacent to Foresight. So yet again, hold the phone. Hold the phone. There we go. So yet again, this actually does play exactly into what her, her original challenge was. So that's kind of interesting and confusing at the same time. I think this is probably one of the most confusing Crusader placement potential things that we've seen in the game so far. So that's pretty interesting, the way they've implemented this. And you really, before you had to really think about where you wanted your Crusaders to be. But with this particular Crusader, that has never been more true. You really got to think. Otherwise, you're going to be, kind of scrubbing it up. I mean, these are positive bonuses. Before it was a negative bonus when I was actually, attaining the Crusader. But these are positive bonuses. So if you want to maximize the positivity in the formation, okay, if you want some good morale, then you're gonna have to really think about where you want these Crusaders and figure out that whole debacle. So that's luckily I don't think that she's good enough for me to use, but we'll see what ends up happening when I get her gear. I'm kind of hoping she's not good enough for me to use, otherwise I'm gonna have to figure this out. So Supernatural, we share a power that is not of this world. Increases the base DPS of Supernatural Crusaders by 50%. Alright, so that basically wraps up these two Crusaders. Now, Foresight, I could definitely see being good. I mean, it does you know, especially the 50% extra on the healing. Because there's a lot of other healing Crusaders. She does take the slot of these other healers, which I just recently found out Brogan, Prince of Dragons, is a healer. And that kind of was weird to me. I have to look at what his abilities are, but I don't recall seeing any healing abilities. Maybe there are other types of healing abilities. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, Corey the Witch Doctor, he's just really good. I don't necessarily know if I want to take him away. You know, I think anyone who ends up taking the place of Dark Griffin will never take that spot. They're gonna have to be somebody really good to take that spot. But these two, I can definitely see potential for. I can definitely see where they could be used. Specifically Foresight. Arachno Buddy, you know, it's up in the air whether I would want to use him over somebody else. Again, it really comes into place with what gear I get. But you know, I could definitely see these two Crusaders being very good, especially when you get their legendaries, especially when you get the legendaries that have the bonus that help increase some of their abilities here, because that will be pretty substantial. Okay, so that's pretty much it for today. I intended for this to be a kind of a shorter video. I wanted to talk about the Crusaders specifically today. We're going to be moving through this. Unfortunately, this particular one is going to take me a bit longer. I'm going to work on this tonight while I'm away. All right, guys, so that's basically going to wrap it up for us today. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Now, I know that it was a little shorter, like I said in I think I said in the beginning that it was I planned on it being a shorter video. I really wanted to get a quick video out there that talked about you know, this new code giveaway thing. So make sure you do drop your comments down below. Now, matter of fact, I've come to the conclusion that, you know, even though I know that the 6th code isn't necessarily supposed to be given away yet, I'm going to be giving away 6 codes to everybody instead of 5, because I really want to make sure you guys understand. I really was sending these codes out, but unfortunately something was, you know, stopping these codes from being sent. And as I keep saying that, there's one thing that keeps cycling through my mind, and that is a very real possibility, is that the reason that these codes weren't getting received is because I believe that YouTube thought that I was spamming people. They think that I'm spamming these codes to people because I do them all in a big lump sum. Like when I have time, I'll sit down and I'll comment, you know, I'll send the codes out. You know what I'm saying? I think they keep thinking I'm spamming people. So that's a real possibility as to what's going on here, rather than you guys just not getting these things or not knowing where they're at. Because I can't imagine it's too hard to find. You know what I'm saying? It can't be too hard to find, especially after I showed you guys where they're at. So, you know, hopefully this, you know, with this one lump sum, you know, code send through email that kind of makes up for all those other videos. Now, those other codes, you know, they're pretty much lost. I mean, they're sitting in your inbox somewhere, but maybe someday you'll end up seeing them and get some extra codes, or maybe you'll find them one day if you didn't know where they were and get some extra codes. I'm fine with that, you know. We only really got through like 100 to 200 codes, I think, over the course of the past couple videos. Maybe 300 if we're kind of looking, you know, if we're overestimating, you know what I'm saying? And we still haven't even gone to the first 1,000 codes, okay? So don't worry, there's plenty of codes left. We have 9,000. That's how much we won. Because when I won, I had like 9,000 something subscribers. So we ended up winning 9,000 something codes. And so we have plenty, okay? We really do have plenty left. And I'll do the math based on how much is left over and see exactly how much I can give away with this new giveaway code, or giveaway system, which is the old giveaway system. I'll see whether it can be 5 or 10 or somewhere in between. I'll have to do the math, because again, remember, we have to do all of Crusaders campaign and then any events that happen in between, which actually happen pretty frequently on Crusaders game, on the Crusaders of the Lost Idols game. So, you know, hopefully that kind of rectifies things. Hopefully it wraps it all together and, you know, ties things up nicely as we intermission, or as we kind of segue into the old giveaway again. And it kind of sucks that we couldn't do this new one, because I kind of wanted to cater to every single person. And one person commented down below, if you want to interact with your viewers more, why not stream things on Twitch? It's not so much about me wanting to interact with my viewers more, because I do actually interact quite a bit as it is. I'm commenting to every single person. I haven't had time to do it recently, but I'm beginning to catch up. You know, as I said, I didn't actually send the comments out saying code sent this time for the majority of the people, but I did send the codes out. And I didn't actually get to any of the comments from any of my previous videos, which I have to do. I have to catch up. I just really didn't have the time this past couple weeks. But I'm going to be starting to do that. You'll see all those comments being sent once again. And all that stuff, and I do like responding to people, so it's not really a matter of me wanting to, you know, feeling I want to interact more, because I already do it a lot more than other people most likely. it's more so a matter of me wanting to give back to every single person that watched the video to say thank you in a physical manner, but unfortunately, that seems to be more problematic than it is actually benefiting. So we're going to go to the old giveaway. It's going to be every single video that pops up, and you do have a chance to enter each new video, one entry each new video, where you can drop a comment down below along with anything else saying, I want to enter the giveaway. And that way you'll be in, your name will be repeatedly entered onto the list. So hopefully, let me know what you think in the comments about that new system, about what was the old system, but we're going to be moving into it. And I'm going to select 5 winners per video, which is, a substantial amount, I think, considering we're doing these pretty frequently. And they will get anywhere from 5 to 10 codes. Again, I will do the math and see what we can do. I'd love to give 10 codes away to each person. That would be fantastic. Rate the video what you think it deserved. It really helps me out, letting me know yes or no. Did you like it or dislike it? It really doesn't matter to me whether it's a like or a dislike. I just want some honest feedback from you guys, whether or not the video is good or not, in your opinion. Also, the comments allow me a chance to comment back to you, which I love doing, and give me a more detailed, I guess, explanation as to whether you enjoyed or disliked or whatever it might have been. You know what I'm saying? But if you did enjoy, definitely consider sharing it as well, whether it's like Facebook or like Twitter or with your friends or whatever it might be. That stuff really helps me out a lot. It helps the channel grow, helps the Sage family grow, and with how amazing this community is, adding new Sages to the Sage family every day is honestly one of the best parts about it, you know what I'm saying? Because we have such great people in this community. I'm really surprised with how good this community and family is, because, there's a lot of communities that just aren't like this on YouTube, where people are mean and rude and everything, and I really don't get that often, if ever. I very rarely get people like that. And usually sometimes they're just trolling, you know what I'm saying? So it's really not even a legitimate kind of hate or whatever. So, honestly, we're really lucky, and I'm really lucky, for all that stuff. But if you want to become a Sage in training, definitely make sure you subscribe today. And as always, this has been MrBayeasy, your favorite Sage, and I'll see you in the next video.